Let's talk about SZA and the Grammy.
Yeah. Oh my god.
How did the two, you and SZA, like team up? Is it true she was DMing you?
Yeah, so it's like, I mean, that song that they were just playing there, I'll Be Waiting, is just like the gift that keeps on giving. If I had never written that, she would have never. I just made a video one day of myself in the studio, and it was like, I was told how much it would cost to like record a choir on the song for vocals, and I was like, I'll just do it myself. I'll just make myself sound like a choir. And so I did loads of different voices, you know, and I filmed just a video on my phone of me doing that. And I think that was the first video that SZA saw, and she like loved that, and she followed me. And then a couple of weeks later, out of nowhere, she just sent me a message and was like, "Oh, will you come to LA? I want you to help me like finish my album." And I was like, "Obviously I'll come, but you don't need my help, but I'll come." And we wrote that song at like 2 a.m. And at that point, like nothing of her album was out. And I heard all the incredible songs that went on to be like massive successes. And our song didn't end up on the album because it was like a week before it was like submitted. And I was like, you know, I wrote one song with her and she's been writing for years. The chances of anything happening with that song. But I was just honored to be there and to have had that experience. And then sort of a few months and then maybe a year, whatever goes by, and she performs it once in New York and a friend sends it to me, and then she performs it like, and then all of a sudden it's not at the Grammys just passed, but the Grammys before that, it's like she performs it at the Grammys. And I'm like, that's crazy. Like, is our song, is it coming out, you know? And she kind of told me like, oh, it's going to come out and stuff, but like, you never know, you know? It's like things can change so fast. And then suddenly it got nominated for a Grammy the following year, this year, and then it won a Grammy, and I was just like, I don't even know what's going on.
I'm telling you, that's the best DM slide I've ever seen. Who gets a Grammy out of something like that? It's
I know,
mad.
it's crazy. Yeah.
What I love about this story is that when you got to her, she was more of a fan of yours than you were of hers.
Well, it was, you know, she's so humble and so humble and so kind, and it's like what's actually the craziest thing about it is SZA was probably my favorite artist at that time. I was listening to her music so much, and it was so strange that of all the people who reached out, it was her. And I think she's one of the most incredible songwriters like I've ever witnessed. And it's not every artist that also can write songs. It's like, it's not that common, and especially on the level that she can write. And so like to watch her, I was blown away. But I would just be like constantly like, oh my God, you're just amazing. This is blowing me away. And she would just be like, no, you're amazing. Like, and I would just be like, I'm glad you think so, but like, you should just like look in the mirror.